Hello. So this is day 3 of the Yamaha DT175E 1978. Try and get it running. First things first, I've noticed the last couple of videos I put out wasn't focusing properly. I'm using a DJI Pocket Osmo camera and I had it on the wrong setting. I had it on single focus instead of continuous focus, so when it changed it wouldn't refocus. So hopefully it'll be okay now. We can see some of the details. This will be a little bit of just more of an update and a couple of little things I'm going to do. But it turns out that I started looking for local stores to basically go and rebore the cylinder because I need a new piston in there. But then I started looking on the internet last night. I woke up middle of the night and I actually sourced a new barrel and piston kit from China for like $200. So yeah, it might not arrive with all the COVID-19 because of all the issues we've got here. It might turn up, it could be crap, but I thought, $200, what the hell, may as well try it. There was reviews which said the thing actually worked. It just doesn't come with the actual needle bearing that goes through the conrod, but I actually have that. So good news is that's happening, but it won't get here for about 4 weeks. So I thought, well, if that's going to come, I may as well start fixing some of the other things on the bike. And the first thing, I'll flick this around, I need to start working on is the tank. So this is the tank. I tried to source one of these on the internet and not a chance. Couldn't find it anywhere. So when I took this off, I thought it was leaking them all in one place, but what I've done is I actually filled it with motorcycle fluid, a two-stroke oil basically, a little bit, and I basically poured it all around the place. And the only place it's leaking is here, and that's where the little barb broke off. Now this is I think this is polypropylene. I could be wrong. It's certainly not nylon. How you doing, buddy? Certainly not nylon. So there's a couple of options I have here. I've successfully used solvent welding before with Tygon tubing, and I think is what I've been told is that I might try that first on here. And basically what I would do is I'll put a little bit of Tygon tubing through here, dip it in hydrocyclone solvent, and see if I can get it to actually bond to the polypropylene. It might not, but researching the internet, it seems that these, in order to sort of weld them or fix them, is you need a special high temperature to do that, so it might not work. So that was the first thing I would try. Second thing I would try is I just went down to my local store and just got some little barbs for water sprinklers, and these are nylon. But what I could try and do is I could actually put it in here, and then basically what I could do is actually melt the nylon circumference onto the end of that. So that's what I'm going to try at the moment. Other than that, the other thing I've done is I've double checked that. I think when we got this bike, the guy said it wasn't charging the battery. I did double check the charging coil on the magneto, and it's actually within the tolerance for the resistance, which means the only thing left that could be, if it's not working, is the little rectifier, which is nothing easy to fix. And but what I'll do is I'll wait to get the bike running, and then I'll see if it's actually charging or not charging, and then if it is not charging, then that's just a rectifier. The other things is just actually fixing up some of the loose cables that I saw yesterday. The other thing I'll probably do here is I'll get the forks. I'll take out all the oil, drain all the oil out. No point putting it in at the moment, but I'll drain the oil out and I'll change oil in the front forks. But I tell you this, I also ordered up an air filter. The one that was in there was just disintegrating, so I just got a little air filter sponge, just a sponge one. But other than that, this bike is, to be honest, there's not, apart from the engine, all it's got is one magneto, one ignition circuit, one CDI circuit, wiring harness, lights, blah 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 blah. I mean, there's nothing much that can go wrong with that thing. So hopefully we'll get this thing running before, just as we come out of the COVID. And here in Washington State, the numbers are actually steady, probably falling. This today was supposed to be the peak, so I'm expecting between another couple of weeks we'll really have dropped off here. Unfortunately, the rest of the states is not in that case, that situation, but since we had it first, then obviously we should recover first. Okay, I'm going to get on with this and I'll give you an update, see how this goes. So we're back in. So this is actually this is actually a Taiwan tubing. It's basically fuel. So it's basically it's like a fuel lines. So it's fine for oil and all that going through it. And the last project I had to actually get down to this diameter on the last project, which is about just under 2 mils on the inside. And but the actual connector I was actually putting on was this size here, which was bigger. So what I ended up doing was it's actually a bigger one than that. Yeah, it was this size. So what I ended up doing the last time was I actually used this successfully by inserting the outside diameter, which is 3 millimeters, into the inside diameter here, and then I actually solvent welded these two together. So, and to solvent weld them together, you should actually have a higher percentage of this. It's called cyclohexanone, but it's also contained within this standard all-purpose cement. And I just tried it the last time when I made the oil pipes up for the Suzuki, and it worked perfectly. And it's been on there running for well over a year, and no leaks. So I'm pretty positive that it won't take to here. Plus, especially at the moment, there's a lot of glue in there. But not too sure whether to try that one first, or I got these little nylon barbs, and I was going to actually drill this hole out to be a little bigger to insert these things in. If I inserted these in, it seems it might be easier just to go around there and melt that over it, and melt both of them together. Okay, I'm going to see what I'm going to figure out which one I want to do first. Okay, so while I was here, I decided to put the battery in and just check the electrics, see what was working. So I don't seem to have the neutral switch coming on, but the indicators working. Well, there's lights on. That one's not, so it's not flashing. That one is on but not flashing, and that one's on but it's not flashing. So we have a flash unit. Could be this is a flash unit here. Oh, I think there was a couple of things happening there when I was moving it. Okay, so flasher unit suspect. You see that when I was sliding in and out, it was like moving. Oh, it's these wires. I'll check the connectors, check how clean they are. I did check it. I thought, oh, there's no headlamp either. But when I look in, because there's no bulb. Backlight works, and brake light doesn't. So the brake light switch need to check, and I'll check the flasher units. But that's pretty good. And then the neutral, I just actually wired up the neutral switch. I think this is a neutral switch down here. I just actually hooked that back up again and went through the gears, but it didn't seem to be working. So that's another issue. Oh, it's probably because it was off. Oh no, it's on. Yeah, and I did actually check the kill switch from a magneto, so this actually does work. So when I do get the engine running, if it does sort of start to run away, which some of these bikes have done to me in the past, I can actually kill it here. Well, I won't kill it until the fuel runs out if it's running away, but at least I can have an automatic stop here if the throttle jams on. The other thing is the throttle cable doesn't return, even though there's no carburetor on. So it's another job to do there. Notice the swing arm bolt at the back. Not swing arm, the engine mounting bolt's still loose, so you never tightened that up. But the CDI unit's working, so I mean, there's no other stuff's working. So let me, yeah, so I can actually try and fix up some of the electrics here. There's a lovely day out here, folks. This is the first day here, where it's been actually sunny in Seattle. So I hope you're all staying safe out there. Okay, let's see if we can get these electrics working. Okay, so I'm back to the plastic oil tank here. And what I've done so far is I've just drilled this hole out here. Hopefully this is going to be in focus now. I've drilled this hole out, and I went down to the store and I got, oh, I just can't see that, sorry, rain drip 1/4 inch connectors. Just little coupling connectors here. And I just snipped off with the shears just so that I've got a nice hole in each side. Now what I'm going to try first with this is I'm going to try using, since this is modern technology, all-purpose cement. So this is for PVC, CWP, CPVC, but also ABS, and it's got the cyclohexane on in there. So I'm going to put it in there, dry this off as best as I can, put it in there and let it cure overnight, and then we'll see if I have fixed this. While I was at it, the battery isn't actually holding its charge. It's now down to 4.5 volts, so yeah, I need a new battery. The indicator is not working as you saw, but I think it might be because it's not getting the full 6 volts. I might need that to actually work properly, but failing that, that has to be fixed. But the other thing I found was that I checked the bulb, which wasn't working. The bulb is actually fine. The lead to it actually is fine, but the lead from the switchgear to it doesn't get a signal, so I have to fix that too. So that's going to do it for today, and then I'm going to double check. I'm going to take it, probably just drain it of oil. I don't know, I'm going to keep the oil in it just for at the moment until the barrel arrives. But then I'll have to check out the oil pump and things. So anyway, that's it for this one. Short and sweet. Stay safe, folks.